Congratulations, you just brought home a new parrot, and I'm sure you're hoping for a fun, interactive, and entertaining pet. And your new feathered friend can be. All it takes is a little know-how. My name is Barbara Heidenreich, and I'm a professional animal trainer. My career has taken me around the world teaching people how to train animals in zoos and parrots in the home. In this DVD, I will share some things I have learned over the years about parrot behavior, positive reinforcement training, and preventing behavior problems so you can have a wonderful relationship with your new companion parrot.
They call us Bubba Angelos, actually, because we're half construction workers, we're half artists, and we do work on construction sites for the most part, but we create environments. And so we're a different kind of artist. It's very physical, the kind of work that we do, but it completely changes the environment. It's almost like scenic design. I actually had a fine art degree from UT back in 1983. And in thinking about what I was going to do for a living, after being told by our professor that 5% of us would be lucky to get anything remotely close to employment in an art field, I decided to go and start dressing mannequins. And it was creative and it was fun, and I did it for 9 years. And through that process, I learned how to do all these incredible finishes, and it just evolved, and I quit my day job, and this is what I do now. When I first started my business, I moved to the East Side, and this is before the East Side was the hip place that the East Side is now. And my accountant thought I was nuts, and everybody else did too. Mr. Gaddy's wouldn't even deliver pizzas to me over there because it was so high crime, they said. And within a few months, someone drove a truck through my double doors and stole everything I had. And I had no insurance, and I had no money. And I went back to my studio that day, and I had no work either. And I told myself I would give myself 10 minutes to sit on the floor and cry about that, and I did. And then I got up and I called every single designer in the phone book, and only one person would even see me. But I don't know what it was about that, karmically, that worked for me, but it all started happening after that. We started getting work, and things started picking up, and before I knew it, we had a business. But it was very hard, especially the first few months. You have to have a lot of, you have to have either no common sense or a passion for what you're doing to do this kind of work, you know?
The sun was shining. It was, you know, a fairly nice day here in Austin, and we really weren't even aware that it was raining out in the western parts of the hill country.
When we arrived at the park in the morning, it had drizzled just a little bit on the way over, so I asked the park rangers if there were any water or flood advisories that day, and they said there weren't. And so we spent the day out there. It cleared up. It was just beautiful.
The interesting part about the Pernalis is because of the watershed that it drains, it can be sunny where you are on the Pernalis, and all of a sudden a large volume of water can come from a rain that was 30 or 40 miles upstream.
My two brothers were fishing, and then this guy, he was like very nice to us, and he whistled because the water was like rising.
We didn't actually see the water rising. The water was already over the rock, so our exit was already cut off at that point.
I heard stories about people being on that same rock, and the outcome was they died. And so I figured the same thing would have happened to us.
There was a family, similar circumstances out in the Pernalis Falls area, got caught, and before that aircraft actually arrived, some of the family members were washed away and ultimately lost.
We believe
every kid should have the chance to dance.
Dance helps us solve problems. We believe
dance is a great way to communicate.
Dance takes teamwork and discipline. Dance makes us stronger, better people. We believe
dance helps us feel better about ourselves.
Dance is cool.
Believe in Me is a nonprofit dance education organization that has served Austin children for more than a decade. We are currently teaching 600 children and providing dance education in 7 schools.
It's amazing, this is a transformation in one class, how the child shines and suddenly they have such a glorious feeling of success that is associated with school and their performance. Over the years as a Believe in Me teacher, one of the greatest joys is seeing the children come together and work as a team. Another great benefit is that at this particular age in 5th grade, their bodies are developing and they're changing, and they gain such a wonderful sense of body awareness and awareness of other people's bodies in space.
I love working here because of the staff. You know, they're like my family. You know, we come in every day, and the challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis, you know, we get the job done, whatever it takes.
You know, I don't know where to start to tell you about Debbie Borrego. I've been with this agency 23 years, and Debbie represents the best of what we offer and our employees.
Wildlife, this is Debbie.
She is proactive, she's smart, she's dedicated, she is hardworking. She keeps us out of trouble.
Really, without Debbie doing what she does and the way she does it, I wouldn't be able to do this job. She just has the entire agency figured out. She knows every step of the process. She knows all the people involved. She's really a wonder in the way she does these things effortlessly and always with good humor and appreciation for other people's jobs. She just is a great pleasure to work with.
One thing about Debbie, when you see her walking up and down these halls, that's a lady with a purpose.
We hear her coming down the hallway. She's got a very distinct walk. So you know she's coming, everybody sits up a little straighter in their chair, hoping it's not them she's coming after.
When you see Debbie coming, you need to get out of the way, because she's going somewhere to get something fixed.
Hi, my name is Dean Kuhlman. I'm the Vice President of Sales for BrainSpace Corporation. We're a software company that develops technology to help people better organize and understand large volumes of data. We work mostly with large enterprises and law firms and companies that provide electronic discovery services to the market. We chose C-level connections for 3 primary reasons. 1, the management team. 2, their business model. And 3, the professionalism of their organization. Bonnie and her team have a solid reputation and long history of success in helping companies achieve revenue through this outsourced model.
We just felt like we could talk to him and work with him, and we just got to know him, and we're real happy that he's running again, and we support him.
I think it's fantastic. I'm glad to be here tonight. I was so happy to hear that Gerald was going to run, and we've just missed him so much over these past few years. He's always been there for the citizens of Travis County when we needed him, and glad to be about to have him back again.
Changing the Game is really a cool program for a company like AMD. You know, it's founded on technology, and we're a technology company, but it's all about education. That's a topic that I'm personally passionate about, and I know many of our employees are too. It gives kids the opportunity to learn about technology and apply those skills towards making games and learning about society as a whole. I'm excited about it. I hope our employees are too. I hope everybody gets engaged and has fun.
All I want to do is make art every day. I don't care if I make any money. I don't care if I have a big car. I don't care if I have a big house. I do need a big studio, you know. The other people around me, people I began to work for in my construction, recognized it and said, they would say things like to me like, you know, you're really creative. I don't know if this construction is really what you should be doing, you know. I was, as a child, I was never allowed to do art. I was never allowed to take any art, you know. Son, math, and science are the future. In my 50s, I rebelled.
I didn't think about nerve back then. It just, I had taken tap dancing and acrobatic for years, since I was 7 or 8 years old, and I could do the acrobatic things. We didn't know anything about gymnasts then. gymnastics. But the strap you put your feet in for the Roman stand, I just did the back bend one day and tried it, and the horse is moving, and I had a fast horse, and the momentum of the horse, I could turn loose and he would throw me up to standing position. Some people called it the falling tower, but it was just the back bend. Yes, I originated it.
As a young person, you're not afraid of anything, you just do it. And now there'd be times in rodeos when, it rains a little at a rodeo and the ground could be a little slick, and sometimes your horse might lose their footing as they start to take off to go over the hood. And in cars back in the 40s, in early 50s, they had ornaments on the hood. We never had a new car that had a hood ornament more than a week, because usually the horse would slip a little bit and take off and knock the chrome ornament off. We just left it off the rest of the year. We traded cars the next year.
Well, I did all of it. For the first 22 years, I worked every event. I worked the roping and the bull riding and the bareback. And then I just rode bulls and bareback horses for, I don't know, another 10 years or so, and then I gave up the bulls and became a specialist. And I just ride bareback horses.
How old are you now?
59.
And you're still riding bareback?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been hurt?
Yeah. Yes, I've been hurt a lot, but nothing I haven't healed from yet, so. Had one lady one time say that nobody wanted to see it, Grandma get dusted. And I said, I don't know. I've had too many people, they seem to get a pretty good kick out of it.
Small medium businesses are plagued with the same type of hardware failures, service failures as larger enterprise customers. The difference is that small medium business generally don't have the staff necessary to be able to deal adequately with those failures. Dell Pro Managed Services allows those customers to be protected under the Dell umbrella, and we can actually proactively monitor and resolve issues in their environment.
Whatever happens to our computer system affects not only the restaurants. Our email system runs through our server here, so that goes down. That's our main point of communication with the stores. The next thing is all our scanning is done through the SQL database on the server, and if there's a problem there, well, I can't produce the meat or I can't get it out the door. It's really important that everything's up to date and running properly.